Hello, I'm here today to talk about values in the reaction video that we talked about. Um, she goes on to talk about values and organizational values, um, that how they're important to an organization, and they're like what drives the organization and the decisions and the mindsets that they make. Um, she goes in to talk about how she used to work at a bank, and her first job was to hire an experienced teller, which she did, which was pretty easy for her to do. And she goes on to tell how the girl was stealing money from the bank and wrapping it in packages, but she was a great teller, so they were caught off guard. The story goes on to say that they need to look for someone with there's more than hiring someone with experience. There's also organizational values that the employer needs to value before they just hire someone. So that was the moral of that story. You need to, as an employee, define who you want to be, and as an organization as well. The people are your brand. And then the leaders within the brand create culture. The culture are what people do when no one is looking. That really shapes who a person is and who they stand for and what they believe in. And then she goes on. I like this example with Southwest, with the pilot who decided to stop the flight and wait and not leave until the guy that was going to see his child die could make the flight so they could fly out. And I thought that was really interesting. It showed the character that Southwest makes themselves out to be, that the pilot was willing to wait because it was the right thing to do. And it showed his character and his organizational values and values as a person. And then she talks how organizations reward people. And Google bringing, since they have a lot of young workers, bringing their parents to work, which that was very unique and creative. And I can't say I've heard that before. But they did this because it was important to the people who worked there. They valued it, and in return, they probably worked harder and they enjoyed it. And then one fact that I learned off from this that I didn't know was 38% of loyal customers are about who serves them. It's about the interaction with the person, how they treat you. 38%, that's over 1/3 of your customers value that. That's why they're reoccurring, or that leads to it, a loyal customer. So like, I view that in your local bar, your restaurant, anywhere else. It's about the people who serve more so than just the food they're getting or the alcohol or the service that is provided. So I think that is really interesting. Customer service is a big deal. It's important to get the values and culture right, then success will happen. And then she ends with, what are the values of your organization? So she leads the people wondering and questioning their values as an organization, and how highly do their organization hold these values up to standard and enforce them amongst their employees, or do they just cast them off to the side? And two companies I might be interested in working for after I graduate. One is Zimmer Biomet, which is where my mom is currently working. She's worked there for 30 years. It is an orthopedic company in Warsaw, Indiana, which is around where I'm from. And they're pretty big. And I'm going to list off of some of their guiding principles from their website. Respect the contribution and perspective of all team members. Commit to the highest standards of patient safety, quality, and integrity. Focus our resources in areas where we will make a difference. Ensure the company's return and equivalent to the value we provide our customers and patients. Give back to our communities and people in need. And then their mission: elevate pain and improve the quality of life for people around the world. So it's an orthopedic company that deals with orthopedic products, and they have to ensure the safety of all these products. I think that this mission goes to mine, what I value as well as safety. They give back to the community. They donate a lot of money, and they're a big provider of the Kosciuszko County Foundation, and I know they've donated a lot to the YMCA that was just recently built about 2 years ago. So I like how they give back to the community, and they hold these values high of the quality of their workers and the way that equality in the workplace and everything as well. So those definitely, their guidelines definitely relate to mine. So I am considering working there. And then the next company I did was Apple. I'm breaking down their mission statement and their business philosophy. We believe that we're on the face of this earth to make great products, and that we believe in the simple, not the complex. We believe that we need to own the control, the primary technologies behind the products we make. We participate only in markets where we can make a significant contribution. We believe in saying no to thousands of projects so that we can really focus on the few that truly important and meaningful to us. We believe in deep collaboration and cross-platform in our groups, which allow us to innovate in a way that others cannot. We do not settle for anything less than excellence in every group in the company, and we have the self-honesty to admit when we are wrong, the courage to change. Their core values are what support the vision, shape the culture, and reflect what the company values. They're the essence of the company's identity, the principles, beliefs, or philosophy of values. And Steve Jobs did an interview about the Think Different campaign and how they emphasize their core values, and that I think that I could work for Apple because I feel like they're doing more than just making a product. There's a reason behind they're making it. They're making it to improve society, to help people along with their everyday lives. They promote equality in the workplace, as well as equal opportunity and a healthy culture. They strive for new innovation, and I like that. They're very creative. And they strive to make the best products in the market. So I could work for a company like that is always striving to move forward, and they hold their values highly as well. I learned a lot from these organizational values video as a whole. I think that in my opinion, I think organizational values are more important than just your work experience and how good you are at a job. Organizational values will come into play in no matter what job it is. So you need to have both. You need to have both on your plate, be able to do your job, or be able to have experience and do your job well, but have a good sense of values to decipher right from wrong. So thank you.